Going on, everyone? I hope you're doing well. I thought I would do this quick video just to give you a nice tour of Seller Central for those that are starting out in their very new days, or if you've been doing it a while and you just want to familiarize yourself with the basic areas, the basic way around Seller Central. Now, I have blurred out my personal information just because, well, I don't want anyone to think that I'm boasting with sales I'm doing or not credible enough, or you never know. So it's best just to get rid of them. And also, I've blurred out some products that I sell as well, just because it's just not necessary. Some people get a little bit funny about that. So anyway, this is the main page that you come to. I know when you first start selling on Amazon, it can almost feel like you're like, I think someone in my private Amazon group described it as like you're a pilot looking at a load of controls in an aeroplane, which and I sort of I do understand that as well. It can look really overwhelming because I remember when I started out. So I'm going to go run over just the basics. I'm not going to go into everything, but I'm going to run over the basics for everyone. So let's dive in to start with, starting on the left up here. So the first thing we do is hover over the top buttons here. Now, top left here, you've got sip of water. It's actually lime juice. Pretty nice. You've got catalog here, and just below you've got add products. So what you can do is click on the add products, and whenever you're adding an ASIN, to Seller Central, so before you've added it to a shipment, you will need to add it in here. So you just chuck the ASIN in there. It's quite temperamental. Sometimes you'll need to add it by your app, or you'll have to open up a new Safari or Chrome browser if it doesn't work. But yeah, for the most part, this is where you add the ASIN and then you go through the whole process. So that's the first one. Let's go back to the home page. Just going to go through the button that you usually use. We will view selling applications. So whenever you sell on Amazon, you'll have to get ungated in certain categories. Now, you could just, to start with, what you could do is just go to a wholesalers called Harrison's, and you can get like 10 of a certain item, and then ungate it. And that's a whole nother video. Let me know if you would like the ungating a video for me to create, and I can do that. But this tab just here just gives you an overview of your applications and whether you've been approved or drafts, etc. But it's not usually used. But let's go back to the home page. So complete your drafts. Don't really ever click on that. So I never click on that. On the inventory, what you can do is you can click manage inventory here, and what that will do, there is some bonuses to it, I suppose, but what that will do is actually, if you've got merchant fulfilled, it'll all show here, and then you can just decide how many you want to put active just by clicking that, save the changes. And this will show all, you can see here, I've got SKUs 222 up here, and this will show you the rank. You can make it show your sales rank here so that you can keep on top of what's selling well and what's not, etc. And you can look at all of them. But to be honest, I don't use that because I don't do merchant fulfilled. That would be good if you do merchant fulfilled and FBA. I always just click on manage FBA inventory, so it just gives me the FBA inventory. Doesn't really make any difference, but it's just something that I like to do personally. So that's that button there. Let's go back to the home page. And the next button here, you've got Pan-European FBA inventory. Now, those just starting on Amazon, even those that are experienced, a lot of people don't sell Pan-European, but if you do, you'll have to look into that. Inventory planning, this is quite an interesting one. I don't usually click on this, but it's good to click on it now and then just to give you an idea. So you've got the inventory performance index, and this is quite important. I'm just about okay there, but I do need to keep an eye on my inventory performance index. There's a few things that affect that. It's like how long your items have been in stock, the age of your inventory, how many items you've got out of stock. There's a few things that affect that. You want to have a little search on YouTube for your inventory performance index, and someone will be able to assist you further there. You've got things like performance up here, which is quite important. Yeah, see, you can. It gives you a reason why your uh, uh, index report isn't good, and you can see that my in-stock inventory is the reason that it's bad. So yeah, and it gives you an idea here of what you've paid for storage fees in certain months, etc. So yeah, gives you a good idea there. So it's my in-stock rate that I need to keep on top of. So yeah, that's something I need to sort out. Next thing here is inventory planning. So this is exactly why my inventory performance is not good, or almost getting good, because it thinks that I'm out of stock of too many items. Now, excess units, it reckons I've got 86, and it reckons that I'm not restocking enough. So what I need to do is go through that, but that's for another video. FBA inventory age, you've got the bottom left here. So this just tells you what units have been with you for 181 days, 365. It's pretty self-explanatory. You want to have most of your items between 0 to 90 days old, obviously, because otherwise you're going to be paying a lot of storage fees. So yeah, it's something to keep an eye on there. So that's that button. Don't really do the added products here. Obviously, we've already got that, the catalog. We do that sort of stuff there. I don't use add products via upload. I think this is all private label stuff. Inventory reports. You could pull that out if you wanted to. I don't use it. I don't sell globally, so we don't use that as online arbitragers generally, unless you're pan-European. Manage FBA shipments. Now, this is quite an important one. You want to click on that now and then, and this will just give you the option to keep an eye on all of your shipments coming in, and also it will give you an idea of how you can reconcile your shipments every few months. You're going to want to reconcile your shipments. So what I mean by that is you want to check how many are shipped, and you want to check how many you've received. Good example there. I shipped 20, as you can see in this aisle, and received was 20 as well. If it said shipped 20, received 19, obviously I would have to reconcile that once it was legible to reconcile, and just to check what's going on and try and get my money back by providing invoices for the missing items. So that's what that's all about there. Upload and manage videos, we don't do that. I don't never clicked on that before. Manage part finder, it's not something we use doing online arbitrage. Pricing health, I know my prices, and yeah, I don't use that either. Don't use any of these fixed price alerts. Personally, I do not use any of these, so I'm not going to go into what I don't use. Manage orders, very important. Click on the old manage orders. And what this does, it just gives you a great idea of how you can actually start keeping track of what's selling. And I will go over this most days, just before I'm getting my deals from my deal sheets, etc. I'll go over these most days, and then I will reorder all my replenishable items and items that I've added to my replenishables Bible, my sort of spreadsheet. And I just know what's selling. You can see it in black and white, and then you can click into them, make sure it's still a good deal, and then order some more. You can also click down to business customer here. Any business customers, before you're VAT registered, you will actually need to manually upload a receipt for that customer. So you can just click on business customers there and save you trawling through all of them to see which customers are business customers or not. So 24 hours, you've got to upload a business invoice, just so that helps you out there. So yeah, manage orders, that's all I do there. Obviously, if you've got MFN, merchant fulfilled, you click the right button up here. Yeah, so obviously orange is pending, green means that it's complete. Order reports, I don't click on that. Manage invoicing, it's not something I do yet, although I am VAT registered as of tomorrow, so I can actually get the automated invoicing for things, but we won't go into that. Upload order related files, I don't do that. Manage returns, I don't use that for returns or anything. Advertising campaign manager, I use that because I do actually do pay-per-clicks for my online arbitrage, but I don't click any of these other buttons, not for online arbitrage. So I will go on the campaign manager. And just to give you a brief view of this, I do a penny pay-per-click, and what I do is add all my products into a penny pay-per-click thing, and I put a small budget on it per day, and I will actually budget down a bit actually as we're here. It's £2 a day, a couple of quid a day, and then I put a few pennies on that. So yes, that is what that is about. So let's click off that. That's the advertising. That's all I do on the advertising button. I've never clicked on manage stores, not for online arbitrage. Fulfillment programs, growth, recommended programs, don't click on that for online arbitrage really. Reports, payments, you want to click on payments, whether you want to take your money out every day or whenever it hits £1,000, or it's up to you whenever you want to take it out. Q4, you'll probably be taking it out a lot more. And up here, it just gives you an idea of the statement view. You can click on that, and then you can actually click on request payment. I've just done one today of about £1,500, so it's not going to give me the option. You can click request payment and actually get that disbursement into your bank account. Usually takes 2 to 5 days to come. Down here gives you an idea of the fees that you've paid and all that sort of stuff, which is interesting. Well, not really, but it's got to be done. You've got to pay for it. And up here, you can keep track of all your disbursements and data range reports. So, for example, if you want to go into generate report, what you could do is go into, let's have a look at transaction view up here. And what you could actually do here is select a date that you would like to see transactions, custom data range, and then you could find specific products if you ever need to. So yes, that's payments there. That's the payments button there. Amazon Selling Coach, I've never personally used that. Business reports. You can use business reports for things. Your accountant may want some of these. Business reports, once again, what you can do is understand your turnover in the different marketplaces. Sometimes you're going to have to. I don't sell in any other European countries, and when you're watching this video, you probably won't either, so it's not relevant. But what you can do is find a date here, and you can go back all the way from when you started the business, and you can find out how many sales you've done in general. So there's a few reports for the business, your specific business in there. The next one is Fulfillment by Amazon reports. Now, this is a very, very important tab in my opinion. I use this very frequently on a weekly basis. Now, on the left here, you've got, I'm not going to go into every single one of these, but in the left here, you have got a lot of reports, all to do with your fulfilled by Amazon. FBA, and most of you are probably doing FBA watching this video, so you want to get your head around this. And I'm going to do a separate video on all of these reports one day. Once again, let me know in the comments if that would be of interest to you. But what it does is just gives you a good idea of everything that is going through the FBA system. So as you can see here, you've got fee preview, you've got storage fees, you've got monthly storage fees, long-term storage fees, reimbursements, and you can actually pull out, let's have a look, then inventory. You can actually click on these and you can get a report, inventory adjustments for every single one of these. So for example, if I click on inventory adjustments, you can see here, this tells me all of the items that have had some sort of adjustment in my business from Amazon. And then it tells you the reason on the right, whether it's warehouse damaged or etc., things like that. And then it just gives you a good idea of what's happening, and then you can follow up with that. So you can click last day, last 3 days, and then what you can do is click download. What I do is excuse me. What I do is download a report most weeks. You can see 15th of November, 8th of November, 3rd of November, 1st of November. I'm quite consistent, 25th of October, 18th of October. Every single week, pretty much, I will go in here and I'll download an inventory adjustment report. I'll do another video on that. And then I will actually send that to Amazon and try and get reimbursed for certain items. Now, you could also make a note of all of your refunds and returns and stuff if you wanted to, but yeah, that's probably also for another video, and I've sort of stopped doing that as much now the business has got bigger, but it's up to you how specific you want to run your business. But that's that tab anyway. Advertising reports, I don't look at that. Return reports, I don't look at that. Tax document library, I don't look at that. Manage your VAT, obviously I will be looking at that soon, but not now because I'm going back registered tomorrow. Account health is very important. I check account health every single morning. It's the very first thing I do when I log into my Amazon is check, 99% of the time, I check my account health. And as you can see, clean slate here, absolutely nothing on it, which is fantastic. The only thing I need to sort out is my in-stock thing, my out-of-stock issues with my index thing. But as you can see, that's pretty good. That's how you want to keep it, but it's going to be a struggle to keep it when you're a big seller, that's for sure. But yeah, so account health there. Feedback, that's the second thing I check every morning when I log into my Amazon account. Yeah. I check my feedback here and then take action on anything I need to take action on. If there's an unfair review, then sometimes it will be slashed out by Amazon if it's to do with fulfillment. If not, you may have to open a case, but could be your fault, in which case it's unlikely you'll get the feedback removed. I don't click on the guaranteed claims, all the chargeback claims, performance notifications, voice of customer, Seller University. The only button here I'll click on additionally is the voice of the customer, if you like, and then you can check that your poor listings, how they're performing. So, and you've got to keep an eye on this sometimes, but it will flag up to you. So, if there's some issues with items, then most of them are excellent. As you can see, 410 listings are excellent. That's how many listings I've put on Amazon, essentially. And then if they're not so good, they'll be good. If they're not good, really, then it will be fair. If they're poor, obviously, if they're very poor, you'll get a few days warning, a bit of warning, but generally they will be deleted anyway. And that has only happened to me a few times. Usually because there's a reason with an item, or they're just it's an item that's consistently damaged and it's got to go. Yeah, so something to keep an eye on there. I don't click on any of these: official mobile app, discover apps, manager apps, none of them. Business to business, don't click on any of them either. So let's have a last quick look at the homepage here. I don't take any notice of this really. It's just it's not in my. I've got a to-do list and it's just not in them. You could have a look at these if you wanted to, but I certainly don't go on seller forums. It's as you can see, book sales depressing. It's quite a negative place, I've heard. So, but yeah, it's good to keep note of your IPI score up there on the top right and your balance. Buy box wins. Obviously, you can see it's all going the right way. Yeah, so that gives you a rough outline of Seller Central, and I hope that's helped someone.